Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Colleen. I'm with Shine on Yoga and I have a nice little practice for us today. Nothing too strenuous, but we're also going to move a little bit and stretch everything out. You don't need any props, but if you'd like to grab some, I would recommend blocks, bolsters, maybe a blanket. And if you don't have any of those things, do not worry. I'll give you modifications and we'll just work with what we have at home. So we are going to start out today in a nice comfortable cross-legged seat. If you would like to come and sit up on something, you are more than welcome to. Otherwise, you can just sit on your mat. We're going to take a moment here just to settle in, let go of the day, let go of any to-do list that we have, and just take a second to breathe and to get our mindset prepared for just focusing inward. So we're just going to start out, take some nice big inhales, nice full extended exhales. Soften through your forehead. Relax the jaw. Let your shoulder blades grow heavy down your back. If it feels safe, you can close down the eyes, but if not, just soften your gaze. Again, we'll take nice big inhales and exhales. Now, while you're sitting there getting into the practice and breathing, I am going to read you the card that I pulled today, and that card is Canary Spirit. Its message is to sing your own song. Canary Spirit arrives to help you find your authentic voice and express what is in your heart. Free yourself to experience your inner light and let it shine. As Canary Spirit sings to remind you of your inherent joy and to support you as you sing your own song. Now is the time to let the world know who you really are. Canary Spirit message is that you are free to be yourself and express your most cherished desires. The world wants to hear your song. If your inquiry is about a relationship, you're being called to fully be yourself, for only then will you find harmony and joy. You can make music with others so beautifully when your note rings true. All right, let's keep on taking a few more big inhales and exhales here. Let's go ahead and take one more big inhale together. And then exhaling out through the nose or mouth. If your eyes are closed, you can slowly blink them open to the room around you. Welcome back. We're going to start warming up our neck, doing some neck circles. I like to imagine that there's a little marker or a pen, or you can pick your favorite writing utensil on the tip of my nose, or on the tip of your nose. And we're just going to draw little circles, little small circles. And this is so we're not just throwing our head and our neck around. You want to be really careful with your neck. So just small circles, gradually let them ripple out larger and larger until they're about the size of a large dinner plate, whatever that looks like for you. Just going to take some nice big circles here eventually. Very controlled though. We're not throwing our head around. No head banging. Keep breathing here. And then when you're ready, we're going to go the opposite way. Start out big, and then we're going to bring our circles in smaller and smaller, and really move mindfully here as you're doing this. And once you reach the center, we'll bring it to stillness. Take a few breaths. See how you feel. You can move your neck around a little bit. It should be feeling a little bit looser. And when you're finally ready, we're going to come to all fours in a nice tabletop position. If you have cranky knees, if it's hard on your knees to be on a hard surface, grab a blanket, grab a towel. You can even double up on your mat just for some extra padding on your knees. If you don't, then we'll just use your mat. Knees are going to come under hip points, hands underneath your shoulders, back nice and straight. One line from the tip of your head to the tip of your tail. And we're going to drop it down into cow pose to start. So on an inhale, we're going to drop those lower ribs. Lift the tail, lift the head and the chest, looking forward, feeling a nice big stretch in our front body. Exhaling, we're going to round away from the mat, pressing away, rounding up into cat, feeling a nice big stretch through our back body. Inhale, we'll drop it into cow. Exhale, we'll round it up into cat. Go ahead and do a few more rounds just on your own inhales and exhales. Moving at your own pace and speed. Finally, after your left cat pose, we'll bring that into stillness. And then go ahead and take your knees as wide as the mat, big toes to touch. We're going to walk our right hand in towards our center. Take our left hand, drag it across our bodies as we reach up to the sky. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, we're going to take our left hand, we're going to thread it underneath our right hand. Coming in to this thread the needle position, you can rest on the side of your left ear and shoulder. You can bend that right hand, and we're going to just take a few breaths here as we stretch out our back. Take one more big inhale here. And then exhale, we'll return to center. We're going to switch hands, so left hand towards the center. Right hand is going to come across our body as we reach up to the sky. Nice big inhale here. And then as we exhale, we're going to thread the needle coming on our outer right shoulder, our right ear, maybe bend through that left arm. Feeling a nice big stretch again through our back body. And just breathe here. Take one more big inhale. And then on the exhale, we'll return to center. Go ahead and return to your nice tabletop position here. We're going to continue stretching out our chest here. So look down at your hands, and we're going to replace our hands with our elbows. So go ahead and come down to those forearms. Keep your arms in a nice parallel position, 2 parallel train tracks, and walk your knees back. And as you walk your knees back, you're going to bring your chest and forehead to the mat as we're coming into a puppy pose. So imagine puppies when they're playing and they lift their butt in the air and they kind of sink down. We're doing the same thing. You're going to feel a nice big stretch through your armpits, through your shoulders. And if your head and your chest don't come to the mat, that's okay. Go as far down as it feels good to you. We're going to take a few breaths here. Let's take one more big inhale. On the exhale, look forward at your hands, and we're going to snake our way all the way forward. So go ahead and come through center. Keep your arms where they are. We're just going to lift our head and chest up as we come into a Sphinx pose. So really press away from the mat, elbows underneath the shoulders, looking forward. Imagine those pyramids in Egypt. Keep breathing here. We can go ahead and release our Sphinx pose. Tuck those toes under, hands underneath your shoulders, and we're gonna press ourselves up to all fours. Take a moment here, and you can either lift one knee and then the other coming into a plank, or maybe if you're on all fours, shift forward so you're at a half plank. Yogi's choice. This is our first plank. We don't have very many today. We only have a couple. So really press away from the floor, back through the heels, breathe here. If you're shaking, that's perfect. One more big inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to lift our hips up and back. Let those heels grow heavy as we transition into our first downward facing dog. Now in downward dog, you can take your dog for a walk, just bending one knee and then the other, really feeling a stretch through those calf muscles. Or you can just leave it, be in stillness. Let your head hang low. Press away from the mat with your hands. Let those heels grow heavy. Take some nice big breaths here. Let's take one more big inhale. On the exhale, we're going to look forward at our hands and we're going to make our way up to the top of the mat. So you can take a bunch of little steps or a few big steps as we work our way up to the top. Keep your knees bent slightly. We don't want to lock them out. And on your next inhale, we're going to rise up halfway. Keep a nice flat back. You're going to feel a nice stretch through those hamstrings. Exhale, let it all go, forward fold. Now a forward fold is a little bit difficult for you. This is where you can use blocks like I have here to bring the ground up to you. And they can be at all different levels and heights, so maybe they're here, maybe they're down here. If you don't have blocks, just bend your knees as generously as you would like. The more they're bent, the more you're going to feel it in your lower back. Straighter your legs, you're going to feel it more in your hamstrings. But just make sure wherever you're at that you're not locking out in the legs. You want a slight bend. Take a moment here just to hang, breathe. Take one more big inhale. And then on your exhale, let's slowly rise all the way up. And we're going to come to a nice standing position of mountain. So as we get into mountain, take anything you'd like to take. You can shake out the feet, shake out the hands, fix your hair, fix your clothes, whatever you need to do. And once you're done getting all of that extra energy out, go ahead and really ground your feet into the mat. Really feel them press into the mat. We're going to stand up nice and straight and tall. So roll those shoulders back, lift up your chest, hands at the side. Mountain pose. Take a moment here just to breathe. All right, let's flow. So on an inhale, we'll reach our hands up to the sky. Exhale, shift the hips back, bend at the knees, coming back into that forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, flat back. Exhale, let it go. Forward fold. Take a few moments to breathe here again. Now, when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and make sure your hands are on the mat, that they're firmly planted on the mat. So if you have to bend your knees, bend your knees. We're going to step our right foot back and then go ahead and lower onto that right knee. Toes can be tucked or untucked, yogi's choice. Your right front leg, we're coming into a low lunge, should be in a nice 90-degree angle. And when you look down, you should be able to see your big toe. If you can't see your big toe, push that knee out towards the outer edge of your mat until you can. From here, we're gonna, again, roll our shoulders up and back, really lift that chest, pull that left hip crease back, right hip crease forward. If you need to use blocks here, you can. It's a good option. If you don't have blocks, maybe come up a little higher and just let your hands rest on that thigh, that left thigh. Okay, we'll take a few moments here to breathe, feeling into this stretch. From here, plant your right palm into the mat. We're going to take our left hand, and again, we're going to do like what we did with thread the needle. We're going to bring that left hand across our bodies, lift it up to the mat, coming into a little twist. Keep your legs where they are, keep breathing. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, lower that left hand down towards the mat. All right, let's tuck our right toes under, lift that right knee up. Go ahead and look forward at the top of your mat. You might want to rock back and forth on that right foot. We're going to come to step the right foot up to meet the left. We're back and forward fold. Next inhale, rise up halfway, flat back. Exhale, let it go. Take a little rest here and forward fold. Keep breathing. Right, when you're ready, make sure your hands are planted into the mat. We're going to step our left toes back. Again, lower that left knee to the mat. Toes can be tucked or untucked. Make sure that your low lunge, your foundation is set up. And then once you're there, take a few moments here to breathe. Pull that right hip crease back. Left hip crease forward. We'll plant the left palm down, and then when you're ready, we're going to bring our right arm across our body as we lift it up to the sky, coming into a twist. One more big inhale here, and then exhale, we'll lower our right hand down to the mat, tuck our left toes under, lift that left knee up, maybe rock a little front and back here, and when you're ready, left toes will come up to meet the right. We're back in our forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Take some nice big breaths here. One more big inhale. And then on the exhale, we're going to roll it all the way back up until we're back in our mountain pose. I'm going to turn to this side so I can see everyone. Take a few breaths here. If you end up moving around your mat like I do, that's okay. Just readjust. I can see in the frame I was starting to move out the door there. All right, one more big inhale here. Exhale, let it all go. On our next inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Now this time we're going to go into a little bit of a bend. So I'm going to take my right hand, circle it around my left wrist. On an inhale, we're going to stand up nice and straight and tall. And then on that exhale, we're going to cross the midline and bend over to the right. You're going to feel a nice big stretch in your left side body. Keep breathing here. One more big inhale. And then exhale, we'll return to center. We're going to switch our hands. So left hand around right wrist. Inhaling, we'll stand up nice and straight and tall. And then exhale, we're going to cross the midline, coming over towards the left, feeling a nice big stretch in our right side body. Keep breathing here. One more big inhale. And then exhale, we'll return to center. Go ahead and let those hands fall down at your sides, or wherever you'd like to put them. I'm going to come back to the top of my mat, coming back to mountain pose. We have just a couple more standing postures, and then we'll move back down to the floor. But from our mountain pose, your hands can be at your hips if you'd like. We're going to step our left toes back, but they don't have to come all the way back. And you're going to kind of pivot that left foot out, so that way it's pointing towards that left corner of your mat. Right leg is going to be in a nice bend. Again, make sure your knee isn't going over that foot, so nice 90 degrees there. It's okay if this thigh isn't parallel to the floor. Hips are going to be pointing towards the short edge of your mat, and you're going to really press into that back knife edge of that left foot. Again, look down, you should see your big toe. We have Fritz joining us. Everyone say hello to Fritz. He's coming to do some yoga for a minute. And then your hands can be on your hips. You can bring them to prayer, or you can lift them up as we dive into our warrior one pose. Breathe here. One more big inhale. And then exhale, we'll go ahead and step it back up into mountain. Maybe shake it off. I need some water because I have something in my throat here. If you need water, take a little hydration break. All right, side two. So we're in our mountain pose. We're going to reset. And when you're ready, let's step our left foot back. Again, make sure that your foundation is set. With your left leg, nice 90-degree angle there. Your hips are facing towards the front. You can feel into that back knife edge of that right foot. And then once your base feels really good, steady, you can choose your hand position. Again, hips, heart, or you can lift it up to the sky. Breathe here. And if one side is different than the other, that's okay. They may not be the same. And it can change from day to day. Maybe today, like my left side is not going as deep as it normally does. That's okay. I did legs yesterday. They're pretty sore. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, we're going to let it go as we come back to our mountain pose. Take a few breaths here. Reset. Okay. If you'd like to come to the long end of your mat, you can. We're just going to be here for this next pose. And then once you're here, we're going to bring our feet wide. They don't have to be super wide. You don't have to be doing any splits or anything like that. Just maybe a little bit wider than your hips, just whatever feels good to you today. From here, we're going to roll our shoulders up, back, and down. We're going to stretch one arm out long and away, and then the other coming into a nice star pose. It's going to say expansive as we stretch out. The word would not come to me. Let's take a moment here to breathe, really take up space. A lot of us try to not take up space because it can seem safer to stay small, to stay hidden. This pose helps with confidence, helps with grounding. So anytime you need a little confidence boost, this is a great posture to get into. And you can do it anywhere. You can hide out in the office bathroom and do this. Take another breath here. And then exhale. We're just going to let it all go. We're going to come back to our mountain pose, and we're going to start to make our way back down to the mat. So on your next inhale, we'll reach our hands up to the sky, and then we're gonna make our way into our final forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, flat back. Exhale, let it go. Take a few breaths here. I'm gonna walk back a little bit because I think I'm leaving the frame. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, let it go. If your hands aren't planted, make sure they're planted into the mat. We're going to step one foot back and then the other, our second and final plank of practice. So if you'd like to lower it to your knees, go ahead and do so. If you'd like to stay up with me, let's go. Take a few breaths here. We won't be here long. One more inhale. Exhale, let your knees find the mat if they're not already. We're going to bring them as wide as the mat. Big toes to touch again. Nice big inhale. Exhale. Sink those hips back towards the heels. Walk those fingertips forward. Let your head and your heart melt to the mat. Child's pose. Take a nice break here. One more big inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Then when you're ready, we can go ahead and walk ourselves back up. We're going to make our way into Shavasana. If you like to use props for Shavasana, you're more than welcome to. If you don't use any now and you don't want to and you don't have any, that's okay too. All you need is a mat. If you do have props but you're not sure how to use them in Shavasana, I'll just show you. If you have a bolster, you can also have a pillow. It doesn't have to be a yoga bolster. You can put it down at the end of your mat. You can just let your legs rest on it. So that's an option. Some people like to wrap up with a blanket. Some people like to pad their head. So if you have multiple bolsters or pillows, you could always do that. And if you don't have anything, you have just the floor. That's all you need. We're going to bring our feet as wide as the mat. Let those toes fall to either side. Let your hands rest out long and away. If that doesn't feel safe in your body, you can always keep your hands on your body, on your ribs, on your belly, whatever feels good to you. We want to snuggle those shoulder blades underneath your heart center. And then finally, if it feels, again, safe in your body, you can close down the eyes. If that's not a good option for you, then just soften your gaze. We're going to take a moment here just to finalize our practice and to take time to give ourselves gratitude for showing up today, to thank our bodies for everything they do for us. It's a lot. We don't always take care of them the way we should. So we're just going to spend a few moments in gratitude and relaxation here. I am going to go quiet for a moment just so you can enjoy your time and focus inward. But know that I am here, I am holding space for you, and I will guide you out of this final posture shortly. If you would like to stay in Shavasana, then please stay as long as time allows you to. But if you need to continue on with your day, then slowly start to deepen your breath. When you feel ready, begin to wiggle fingers and toes, bringing some life back into them. From there, I invite you to place one foot on the mat and then the other. Keep the knees bent for now. Whenever you feel ready, you can roll to your favorite side. Get into a little fetal position and stay there for just a moment, taking a few breaths as you reintegrate back into the room around you. Finally, whenever you are ready, you can go ahead and return to a nice comfortable seat. Please bring your head and neck up last. If your eyes are still closed, you can start to blink them open to the room around you. So I hope that this practice was beneficial to you. If you went through the whole thing, hopefully your body feels a bit more open and spacious, and your nervous system is a bit more calm and relaxed. If you join me on the live today on TikTok, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support and the love. I know I don't always see the comments or the hearts, but I do appreciate them. If you are watching this live and you'd like to go back to this practice, I do have a YouTube channel called Shine On Yoga, LLC. I will leave, the link should be in my bio for that. That houses every practice I've ever done. So if you'd like to check that out, you're more than welcome to. And if you subscribe, then you'll know when I put out the next practice. Because for those of you watching on YouTube, thank you again for joining. Know that you had people on the live that were practicing with you whenever you end up practicing this. If you found me on YouTube or if you're coming from TikTok over to YouTube, if you subscribe, then every week I put these replays on the YouTube channel. So whoever can watch, anyone can watch them. It's completely free. I do have, I think, Venmo information in my YouTube information. So if you'd like to support me, I appreciate it, but it's not required. It's open for everyone. Whoever needs it, I feel like will find it eventually. So thank you again so much for joining me for today's practice. I will be back next week with a brand new practice. So I hope to see you then. Otherwise, I hope you have a great April and a safe rest of the week. Do you want to come say goodbye, Fritz? You want to say goodbye? Well, not to me, to them. All right, everyone take care. Namaste. He says namaste too. Bye.